December 7th, 1941. A quiet Sunday morning. Sailors having breakfast, families sleeping in, then the sky filled with Japanese planes. 2,403 Americans died in 2 hours. But the real story? It's darker than you've been told. This is Pearl Harbor. Everyone knows Japan attacked Pearl Harbor. Surprise attack. Day of infamy. America entered World War II. But what if I told you it wasn't a complete surprise? American intelligence knew something was coming. Intercepted messages, warnings ignored, mistakes made. And the attack itself, it was brilliant, devastating, but also a strategic failure. Japan thought they'd cripple America, force them to negotiate. Instead, they awakened a giant and sealed their own doom. This is what really happened at Pearl Harbor. Months before the attack, tensions were rising. Japan was conquering Asia. America imposed oil embargoes, cut off their fuel supply. Japan had a choice: back down or go to war. They chose war. American intelligence intercepted Japanese diplomatic messages, codenamed Magic. They knew Japan was planning something. November 1941. A message: east wind, rain. A code phrase meaning war with America was imminent. But where would they strike? The Philippines? Guam? No one thought Pearl Harbor. Why? It was too far, too risky. The Japanese fleet would have to cross 4,000 miles of ocean. Undetected. Impossible. Except it wasn't. Admiral Yamamoto planned the attack for a year, 6 aircraft carriers, 414 planes, absolute radio silence. They sailed north, through storms, avoided shipping lanes, stayed hidden. Meanwhile, Pearl Harbor relaxed. It was Sunday. Most of the fleet was in port, planes parked wingtip to wingtip to prevent sabotage. They made themselves perfect targets. 7:48 a.m. The first wave hit. 183 Japanese planes, dive bombers, torpedo planes, fighters. No warning, no declaration of war. Just death from the sky. USS Arizona. A battleship. Torpedoed. Then a bomb hit the ammunition magazine. The ship exploded. 1,177 sailors died instantly, trapped inside. The ship sank in 9 minutes. USS Oklahoma capsized. 429 men drowned, pounding on the hull from inside. Rescuers couldn't get them out in time. Sailors jumped into burning oil on the water, trying to swim, burning alive. Fighter planes strafed them, machine-gunned men in the water. The second wave hit at 8:40 a.m., 171 more planes, targeting anything still floating. American pilots tried to fight back. Some took off under fire. Shot down Japanese planes, but they were outnumbered. By 9:45 a.m., it was over. 18 ships sunk or damaged, 188 aircraft destroyed, 2,403 Americans dead, 1,178 wounded. Japan lost 29 planes, 64 men, 5 midget submarines, a devastating victory, or so they thought. But here's what Japan missed. The most important targets weren't there. America's aircraft carriers, Enterprise, Lexington, Saratoga, all at sea, untouched. And Pearl Harbor's oil storage tanks, untouched. Repair facilities, undamaged. If Japan had destroyed those, Pearl Harbor would have been useless for years. Instead, ships were repaired. The base operational in months, and the carriers, they became America's most powerful weapons in the Pacific. But the biggest mistake? Waking up America before Pearl Harbor. Americans didn't want war. Isolationist. Europe's problem. After? National fury. Remember, Pearl Harbor became a war cry within days. Millions enlisted. Factories converted to war production. America went total war. Yamamoto knew. He'd studied in America, understood their industrial power. He said, "I fear all we have done is to awaken a sleeping giant and fill him with a terrible resolve." He was right. By 1945, America had the largest navy in history. Japan was defeated. 2 atomic bombs dropped. Pearl Harbor wasn't the beginning of Japan's victory. It was the beginning of their destruction, December 7th, 1941, a date which will live in infamy. 2,403 Americans died. Most never saw it coming, never had a chance to fight back. The USS Arizona still lies at the bottom of Pearl Harbor, 1,177 sailors entombed forever. Oil still leaks from the wreck. They call it the Tears of the Arizona. Pearl Harbor changed everything, brought America into the war, turned the tide against the Axis. But the cost? Young men, kids, 18, 19, 20 years old, dead before breakfast. And for what? Japan thought they'd force America to surrender instead. They guaranteed their own annihilation. Sometimes winning a battle means losing the war. Remember them and subscribe to honor their sacrifice, because Pearl Harbor wasn't just an attack. It was the day America marched and went to war.